So this is a tutorial on how to make custom arenas for AEW. It's been a long road to get here, ups and downs, but I think I finally got it fixed and ready to share. This tutorial is going to cover porting a 2K stage to AEW, and from there you can catapult off to create whatever you want, hopefully. And you can look up Unreal tutorials to improve your mods. So first off, um, you're going to want to watch my other modding tutorials to become familiar with the process. And then once you do that, you're going to download the SDK I've uploaded and just extract it to its own folder. So once that's extracted, we're going to set up our project for later. We're just going to change all the engine settings we need to do to make sure it packages right, and then we're going to close it. So just double click on that U project and then Unreal will take a few minutes to open. So once Unreal is open, we're just going to activate the tab view here. Then we're going to go settings, project settings, and enable our packaging tab here. IO store, tick that. Generate chunks, tick that. Up here, type material and untick that. Then we're going to go to edit, editor preferences. Go to experimental and tick allow chunk ID assignments. Hit the save all button, close it because we don't need Unreal right now anymore. Now we're going to get an arena. So I'm going to get mine from WWE 2K22. So I'm just going to open Cake Tools and open the CAC. Then I'm going to go arena, main, and I think for this we're going to go big to show you how cool you can do. So I'm going to go straight for WrestleMania 37. And as you can see, it's the big pirate ship one. We're going to try and get that into AEW. And we're going to make it so this ramp and the stage is actually walk aroundable and stuff. But we'll get to that. So first off, gonna extract the MDL to my work folder. Actually, I'm going to double click the folder, extract the folder. Only gives us the MDL MTLs. So double click the textures folder, extract, put in there. Surprisingly, doesn't use too many textures, so we won't have too much of a rough go. And now we open Blender. Obviously, you need the WWE 2K MDL scripts installed for this, and then you can watch my previous videos for the AEW scripts you need. So first off, I'm going to save my project in this same folder, WrestleMania 37. Then I'm going to import WrestleMania using the 2K22 MDL option. And obviously it's this big gray blob, so we need to change the clip view, change this to 9999, and there you go. So now that we have it in here, we're gonna start applying the materials so we see what's what, and it'll teach us about the model. So we have the DDS files, those will work fine for Blender. So we just go in, Cable Pro. You can press the space on your numpad to see what the object is. Switch into material view, just some cables. All of these use the same texture because they're named the same. So Control L, link materials, and then there you go. They're using the same. So don't join anything yet because the script does some weird shit we have to fix. Just link materials, curtain. So control click the one that has the material and then link them. Let's see what this is. There you go. It's just the floor. GI mat, that is not needed. That is like a a screen that blocks the game from shining light on the Trons. We don't need that, so just delete it. Movie ramp. So any that same start with movie will need a movie texture, which we'll get to later. Um, yeah, so these are all movies, I believe. So we'll just hide those for now. Tarp. Vinyl. Slope. So as you can see, we're just doing this so we can see the model in a good light and understand everything that's going on with it. Oops. And then the pirate ship is left. Pirate ship looks like it has an alpha to it, which we can handle. So there we go. Now for the movies. First off, we gotta grab some movies from 2K. So movies, I believe, are not kept in this CAC. Or maybe they are. Yeah, no. Oh, shit. The movies we want will be in 04 of 22. Movies, Arena, WrestleMania 37. There we go. So I'm just going to extract all these to a folder called movies. And then in here we have our Bink files that will be displayed in the game. So most of them will use, oh fuck. Most of the movies will use this one. This one might be in use, we have to check. So basically what we just want to do is convert these into images because we cannot put movies into AEW. So I'm just going to use rad video tools to do that. Copy the path, hit convert a file, browse output type JPEG. Just put it, yep. And then cancel after a bit. And pick a frame you like. They're basically all the same, so I'm just going to go with the first. And then Titantron will do that one too. Output JPEG. Convert. Cancel. Close rad because I don't think we need the others right now. So we're going to apply these Movietrons. I got a reference picture here from 22. So I'm going to go with these banners first. And I'm going to select that movie texture. And as you can see, it lines up fine because the UVs are already set. Now we check this one. That is not right. Now we check these ones. That is not right. So let's look at the UV, see if that tells us anything. It's the WrestleMania logo, and this is a skull. So I believe those side ones are using these. Maybe not, but we can fix that. If you don't want, actually they don't always come properly, so we can just make our own UVs. Mirror X. And then what we will do is delete this model, apply transforms, and then mirror it. Apply the mirror, select this half in wireframe, and flip the UV again. So there it's proper. Then for this one, what we will do is use the Thunderdome and then bring that UV down to the skull. And that should be good. Just want to align it better. And as for the sabers and the stage, we can guess they are also these. And honestly, that is not right. So let's try that. Not right. Check the UV. UV is way out of the tile. Let's just put it there. And that looks good enough to me. So now we have all the materials done. Only took us nearly 15 minutes, but that's the setup done. Well, not quite. First off, let's grab all of these objects, go scripting, open my rename UV script, run it. That will allow you to start joining objects. So let's do that. Join everything that's the same name to start. I'm going to join all the movie objects together for sure. And then curtain, cable. So now we've got less objects. If you're still kind of confused, you can run a script that will rename the objects to the material, but then you have not working. Interesting. Anyway, just rename things as you want. But what I'm also going to do is I'm going to group together things that are grouped. So I'm going to group together everything but the pirate ship, and the truss. So that's one group, then the ship is one group, and then the movies is one group. And now we can begin prepping it for AEW import. So I'm going to apply all transforms. Then we're going to import the AEW stage, which I have uploaded into a template for you. So you go to template blender file, go collection, hit ring stage, and then you have AEW there. Lines up generally okay, but we do need to make some adjustments. So grab your WrestleMania, pull it down on the Z because AEW puts the ring below the floor, technically in Unreal. So once those legs of the barricades go away, that's when we know we're pretty much good. Just about there. Hold shift to fine tune it. And then we're going to want to bring the ramp forward on the Y to match AEW's. And then that's pretty much the alignment done. So if we hide first off, I'm going to put all of these into a collection called WrestleMania. Then I can hide the AEW ring stage, and now we have our WrestleMania sized and ready for AEW. So what we are going to do is actually export it as FBX, selected only, mesh, geometry, smoothing face, call it WM37, export. Now that that is done, we can convert our textures. So we're going to use my script for 2K I made before. Gonna paste that in the folder with DDS's and hit run. Watch my previous video on characters to get more knowledge on this script, but it's going to prepare all our textures for us. And we're going to go through here and delete ones we don't need, which are the default, the LED stuff here. I don't believe we use the LED bulb. And then we're going to delete, we're going to have the, it leaves a roughness, so delete it. We have the alpha for the pirate ship here. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to select the, I'm going to select all, merge the verts, set from faces, gives us a prettier model most of the time. Sometimes maybe not. But either way, I'm going to do it. And then I'm going to select the sail, or the ropes of the pirate ship, and make a new material, call it ropes alpha, assign that. That way we can make a custom material for it in Unreal and re-export. So now our textures are done, our model's done. Now we just launch Unreal again. One thing I wanted to mention is that if you wanted, the 2K stages don't come with lights on them, the lamps. So if you wanted those, you would have to go into the Bake Act, go to the Arena folder, under Reference Materials, Level Editor, Other, they have a whole bunch of lamps you can pick from and export and place all over your arena if you are anal about having those in there. So anyway, we got Unreal loaded up, and here's a quick introduction to the SDK. Your main content will be found in Models, Create Environment. You have slots for each, and in each folder of the slot you have 200 objects to play with. So you have 200 aprons, 200 turnbuckles, 200 barricades, long and short, and you have 200 stages, which is where we will be doing most of our work in. So open the stage folder and pick a stage number you want to replace. I'm going to do 190 here. So I've decided that 190 will be our stage. So make a new folder, call it WrestleMania. Inside we'll make a mesh, a matte, and texture folder so we can organize our work. And then straight in here we're going to import the FBX we made. Just hit import. You might get some errors. If it's not red, who cares? So now we have our meshes here, our 3 groups. Gonna move those into the mesh folder, and these will be deleted soon, so we're gonna ignore that. So we're going to open up these meshes. Then we see we have the pirate ship, but there's one big problem here. It's huge. This globe here is supposed to represent the world, and it's so big it's outside of the world. So our Blender export kind of messed up. So how do we fix that? Pretty easy. So first gonna do that. In Blender, re-export, and on the export, change the scale to 0.01, hit export FBX, go back into Unreal, right click on all of them, re-import, zoom back in. Now we're inside the world again and it should be proper scale. So now we're going to make our materials. So you will find the masters in EMV data concept common material. Emissive is your blinking emissive material if you're lighting something up. Cloth is for aprons and curtains. Standard is what you'll be using forever, and water, kind of messy if you want to try giving your area water. So we're going to use standard here. MI pirate ship 02. So we're going to drag that onto the ship. Then for the alpha, we don't have a material for the arena with an alpha at the moment. So I'm just going to make a custom one, MI ropes, and then save that, close that. Now do the work on this one, a couple more textures. I'm not going to record them all. You know how to do them if you watched my last video, and you know how to do them if you just saw me do the last two. So now I imported my textures. Yeah, I dragged them into the texture folder. I accidentally wasn't recording. Save everything. What I also did was drag those materials into the mats folder. And for the trons I used the emissive shader. And now we are going to open all the materials at once. And then for the ropes, I'm going to make the custom material, so it's going to be base color, the alpha, change the blend mode to masked, alpha mask, look for the ropes, there they are masked, and then put in the normal and the orm, which is occlusion and roughness. And that's the ropes done. So now for the rest, I just tick these three and import the corresponding texture. So again, I'm not going to record me doing every one, but I am going to show you something important. So for the trons, what I do is just something like 2, 2, 0, 2, base color, emissive. So I'm actually going to bring the two textures, throw in my text folder. Which one is this? The Titantron. And just throw both of those in there. Same with the movie, other one. 2, 2, 0, 2, boom, boom. So I'm about getting my textures done, and now we will start putting the model into the blueprint. Hit save all, and you should be able to delete these leftovers. So I'm going to rename these models for cleanliness. Movies, stage, pirate ship. So now I'm going to open 190, I believe we said. Double click that. And here's an introduction. You'll see all these functions. Don't worry, you don't need to touch those. That's my code. What you do need to look at is click up here, and on the right side here, you'll have all these checkboxes. And these are things that you can remove from the arena for your mod. So you have the curtain, the floor, the stage, the ramp, the whole stadium, and all the little light bars it brings to you. So first off, you also get this little dude in here, and this is to help you scale your arena. So I'm going to bring in this folder you also have sample meshes, which you can drag in, and you can see, yeah, this dude is the size of the ring, that's correct. And now we're going to bring in our models and drag them in, and now we can see everything is actually proper size, and you have your WrestleMania in there correctly. So next up, we are going to unparent those if they get parented, delete the samples, delete the audience dude, and compile, and we're good. However, no, we're not. One thing we need to make sure to do is select all our models, scroll down here, and change the collision to no collision. We will be making that later, but for right now we don't need it, and we are good to test it in game. So first off, we need to decide on a pack chunk. I'm gonna go with 67. I don't think I am using that right now. No. And then so I'm gonna select the WrestleMania folder, select all the subfolders. You get all the files here. Select all the files. Assign pack chunk 67. Okay. Save all. Next we're going to go dummy stages. Find 190. Asset actions. Remove from chunk 0. And then chunk 67. This is not the end of the tutorial, we have way more to go, but this is our first try prepping it. Hit saved. I'm going to make a folder called 67 so I know that's where to look. Package, saved, 67, it'll show up here. The first package always takes quite a while. My packaging is done, so I am going to get the pack, rename it ZWM3767P, paste that in my mods folder, and give the game a try. So we're going to go to create an arena. I have a test arena already set up, but if you don't, hit new arena. So I'm going to go to test arena here. Ignore that, what you just saw. You're not supposed to see that. It was a broken mod. Now we're going to go find 190. And there it is. As you can see, it's blocked off because the curtain's there and we didn't check any code to remove things. So we're going to have to fix that. We have all the lights cluttering it, all that stuff, but as you can see, it's there and the trons are working. So we're going to save that and come back to it in a moment. Now if you open up 190 again, we're going to have to take a few things. We're going to take curtain and stage and floor. Floor group is the actual floor of the arena, so if you remove this, you will fall through the floor. So if you remove that, you better be putting a new floor. And then we're going to take all the lights, all the little light bars that AEW spawns. There's a lot of them, I'm sorry. And compile, save, and repackage. So my packaging is done. Rename it again. And try again. So we go to check our arena now. Go to stage. And as you can see, it is there. It's appearing, but it is dark because we have the game of AEW has no real lights to it. And one more thing we gotta see is our collisions are not present yet. So if we go in practice, exit the ring and go up, we go through it all. And that can be fixed easily through hitboxes and whatnot. But as you can see, yeah, we're going right through it and we'll fix that. So first off, I'm going to add lights instead of hitboxes first. So we know we have this light in the middle from the game, so we're not going to put one there. But we are going to first add a skylight. So type in skylight, you get skylight, pull it up, and we are going to change the intensities to something like 15 because it was an outdoor arena. Put a bit of a hue onto the light, change the boost the indirect. Let's change it to like 5. Turn off cast shadows because we want everything to be illuminated. And then we're going to add some point lights. So type point light. And then drag it into your scene here. And unfortunately, this blueprint editor does not give a good view of lights previewing. So we're going to have to wing it test. But generally you want to do like 20k. I'm trying to light up the ship here. 2000. And then I'm going to Control C, Control V, do another one at the negative of it, so 860, and then Control V, Control C, one in the middle. And then I want to copy all of them again, grab the last 3, and pull them up to the flags. So now we should have the ship being lit up. So compile, save, package, you know the drill. So checking the arena again, we're going to see how the lights affected it. We're not going to do like some in-depth study on lighting in this tutorial, but you're going to see the basic functions. And as you can see, the stadium is well more lit up, and thanks to the skylight, and our point lights are clearly on the ship. So that's pretty decent lighting, I'd say. Personally, I have no problem with that. So we're going to stick with that for now. Can be tweaked, can be edited, not important right now. Now we're going to move on to Hitbox. Very simple stuff, I promise. So open your 190 and we're going to decide, first of all, we know that we don't need the wrestler to explore the sides off of the arena. And what I mean by that is over here, if you fall off the stage, it's highly unlikely you'll be able to get back up and get back to the ring, so we're going to block that off. So first off, we need to get the ramp to work. So that's the stage model, which I made into one piece like an idiot, because that means if we go into here, type complex, and go into collision and view complex collision, it has a complex collision mesh that basically generates a high quality hitbox. But you do not want to use this all the time. We're going to use it now simply because I'm a dumbass who made this all one object. So what we're going to do is go to collision complexity and use complex collision as simple. Then what you would have wanted to do is just remove these 2 parts away from the truss and the curtain as its own thing. But anyway, we screwed up and it's still going to work, hopefully. So now that that's done, we go in the stage here in the blueprint, scroll down and hit block all. Not done yet. Next, you want to decide if you want to have the wrestlers actually walk up to this and curve along it. Since we're using the complex collision, I don't want that. I don't want more and more complex collisions. So I'm gonna type in here box collision, and it's gonna make a box for us. And we are going to size up that box to take up the rest of the stage that I don't want accessed, which will be about yay much. So anything that's past that will not be able to be accessed. And then we're going to block off the rest of the stage by copying the box, pulling it out, rotating it 90. Is that 90? Yeah. Putting it to the side of the arena. Shrinking it a bit. Copy that box. Change the X value to the negative, so it's on the other side. And then we're going to make one more box that's sort of like diagonally twists this way to block off more of the stage. So you cannot actually, let's do that way. Just about here is good. Copy that box, add a negative, and rotate it negatively as well. And then I think we need to bring those two down a bit actually. And then one more box on each side will be good by this blueprint editor viewport is hell to deal with. And then we're gonna put it like that so it blocks off up to the ramp. And then we're gonna copy that box, of course, and negative X value. So now we have, if you look at it, in theory, you should be able to walk up the ramp, explore all the walkway, but not walk into this little crevice here and not be able to fall off the stage. Let's see if these boxes are actually locked in. Yeah, we'll try it like that. Should work. Compile, save, package. Testing it in the game one more time. And hopefully this is the end of the stage portion for us. So let's go into practice mode. Exit the ring. Ramp's letting us walk up it, which is good. Run up to stage. Oh yeah, we forgot to put a setting on our boxes. But anyway, let me see if... Yeah, so see, you can fall down, but you won't be able to get back up. That's what I was warning you about. So closing that, going back to our blueprint. My dumbass forgot to select all the boxes and check block all. Now we're gonna have to package one more time. But I like showing you guys errors, so you know how to fix them yourself. I don't mind forgetting things and showing you, hey, this is what you need to remember. Trying again here to check our hitboxes. So I've re-imported the new bake. So we're going to try run up to that screen. Should block us now. Yep, not letting us run up to that screen or these screens. And we're blocked off here. Blocked off, blocked off. Yep, our hitboxes are working well. Maybe blocking a little too much, but that's to ensure gameplay safety. Yeah, those diagonal ones block a little too much, but you can still explore along here. And our stage is pretty much done. I wish the camera showed the shit more, but it is what it is. So now we can move on. And one thing we're going to move on to is the ring apron. So it's pretty much the same. In here I provide template textures. So what I'm going to do is make a folder called apron, copy that, right click asset actions, exports it as a TGA there. Then we are going to look in Cake Tools for our aprons of WrestleMania 37. That one's good. What's the other one? Yeah, I don't know what that is. So we're gonna just export that texture. And then if you want, you can use my script to quickly convert it into a TGA. Then we're going to import that. Then we're going to go to aprons. Find 190 to keep our mod in sync. Apply the normal, and orange should be already applied. Import the apron texture. Hit save. On these textures, remove all chunks. Then put it in our chunk 67. Do the same for the apron material. Remove chunks. Assign chunk 67. If you do not remove it from 0, it will fuck up. Then we will package. So I'm back in the game testing again. So now we are going to look for our ring apron, which would be 190, so 200. And there's my King of the Ring Judgment Day. There's WrestleMania. And that's pretty much the basics of doing your arena. We have our stage done, we have our apron present, and we know how to do the apron. So now you know how to do the ring mat, the corner posts, turnbuckle covers, the barricades. It's all the same. You just have to replace the material, remove it from 0, and include it in your pack chunk. I already have a WWE turnbuckle cover from my King of the Ring and Judgment Day mods, so I'm gonna put that on to enhance the experience. You get 100 extra NJPW turnbuckles as well, so we have to scroll up for the WWE. There it is. And then we will finalize. Well, not yet. One thing I want to talk about is more things you can do to your arena. Since it works off Blueprint and we are not just replacing models, you can write any code, any hitbox, any animation stuff you need into that Blueprint, and it will bring it into the game. For example, if you wanted to remove these posts and put in the LED posts from 2K, you would simply put them in your Blueprint and overlay them so they are on top of the existing AEW ring posts. You could write code that says if I walk over here, fire appears, something like that. You are now free to do whatever you want with your arenas in a way that you've never been able to with WWE 2K. which is a big advantage here. So as you can see, my WrestleMania stage is done. What I could do now is remove all the AEW Stadium and import Raymond James from 2K, which I might actually do. I can also add all the missing lamps, and I can just pretty much go as wild as I need to. But this was just a tutorial to show you, hey, it's easy to import even goddamn WrestleMania. So yeah, that's what I wanted to show off. Um, I'll import, I'll upload all the scripts I mentioned, all the tools you need, and then of course the slot unlocker mod is going up with this video, so you'll need that to play these mods. But hopefully a lot of people start modding some 2K stages into AEW now. And that's pretty much all I have to say. I hope this tutorial helped you. Let me know if there's anything you need help with. Um, I turn screencast keys on Blender to help you. And so just pause, pay attention to that, rewind, look up what you're struggling with, and you'll be able to make stuff like this.